Moment, please. I forgot to mute the video. There we go. Okay. So, Transformers Age of Extinction, or as I like to call it, the one that takes forever to end. This movie is 2.5 hours long. It is the longest of the films. God, I felt like it wouldn't end. Like, I kept turning around thinking it was over. No, there was more. I had to check my mail like 3 times. Over some other bullshit. And it was still going. I'm like, God, this... And I checked it. I was only 1 hour and 58 minutes into the damn thing. So this film, Age of Extinction, takes place 5 years after the Battle of Chicago in Dark of the Moon. Now, okay, so I want to mention a fuck up in my last video. I mentioned in that video that, I believe I did anyway, that Optimus kills a human in that one. No, it's this film he kills a human. He kills Kelsey Grammer. I guess you could hear the blues are calling, tossed salad and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Anyway, yeah, so I went to see this in the theater. And, yeah, I remember now. I remember I was sitting there. So I remember I dozed off a little bit. Because I went to see this at 9 o'clock showing in the theater. Because they don't do, midnight showings anymore. It was 9 o'clock. It was the premiere of it. And I remember dozing off a little bit towards the end. I don't remember why. Because this movie's so fucking long. Now, like I said, it takes place 5 years after the Battle of Chicago. And we got Mark Wahlberg replacing Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, he plays Cade Yeager. An inventor from Texas. First of all, ain't no one believe Mark Wahlberg is from Texas. Second of all, ain't no one believe that Mark Wahlberg is an inventor of anything other than delicious cheeseburgers. And he's out there with his daughter Tessa, played by Nicola Peltz, who is in the horrible Avatar Last Airbender movie. And she has a boyfriend played by Jack Rayner, who was the naked dude from Midsommar. I kid you not. Yes. So, do you remember one of the problems I had with the last film is that they had a human antagonist in a film that shouldn't have human antagonists because the Decepticons should be bad enough. Well, they literally decided that not only are humans going to be the antagonists, but they are going to create the Decepticons in this film. And they create Galvatron. And this Joshua guy, played by Stanley Tucci, he's good in the role, but he's an idiot. So he's trying to create his own version of Optimus and Bumblebee. And he used, to create Bumblebee, he's the guy that got Stinger. But he used Megatron's DNA, or whatever you call it, to try to create an evil doppelganger, or doppelganger in general, of Optimus. Then he wonders why he keeps looking like Megatron. Fucking stupid. Of course it's gonna look like Megatron. It's his DNA. And it's Galvatron. And big elephant in the room here, Galvatron survives. And he's not in the next one because they decide to scrap it, leaving a big plot hole in the next film, which we'll get to. But here, we also have the humans working with other Transformers. I don't think they're Decepticons. I think they represent Quintessa, who is the creator of Cybertron and the Transformers and the Autobots and Decepticons, which we get into in the next film. So our main human characters, are Cade Yeager, I mentioned him, his daughter Tessa, her boyfriend, I don't remember his name, but he's Irish, and T.J. Miller being T.J. Miller. Now, in spite of what he may or may not have done, with allegations maybe put against him, I don't care. I care, but it doesn't matter to me right now. I always thought he was a decent actor, very funny. And when I first saw this and saw that he gets killed in this film, I got pissed because I thought he was funny. It's T.J. Miller. I think he's the shit. You know, he's good in Deadpool. He's alright in Deadpool 2. He's in this movie I really like called 10. She's out of my league. Yeah, that's it. That's a good film. But he gets killed here. Not only do you have Joshua, who does turn over a new leaf, he does sort of become an ally by the end of this. But you also have Kelsey Grammer playing this other government bad guy. You see, after the Battle of Chicago, the government just decided all Transformers is bad, so they're hunting down every Transformer, Autobot or otherwise. Now, how stupid is that? Really? At this point in time, when they've hunting down, the Autobots have saved the world 3 fucking times. 4, if you count Bumblebee's canon. Yet, they turned on the Autobots because they're also Transformers. And it's hey, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil part of the 5th one. It's not like this is just a one movie thing, and after they save the day again, they're hailed as, heroes. No! In the next film, they're still being hunted down! I don't get it. Why do you need to... We do not need human antagonists to chase down the Transformers. Autobots versus Decepticons would be just fine. Yet, every film in this franchise seems to think we need to have some sort of human antagonist, be evil or not, to put a thorn in their side. And the first film was Sector 7. We weren't really bad guys, but they were still in the way. In the second film, we had, the first 2 films do a pretty good job of sort of, they have, there's government, but the first 2 films actually do a really good job of having, Transformer villains. It's then when you get to the third one, they decided every film has to have a human antagonist. Now, if I remember correctly, they do not do this in The Last Night. If I remember correctly, which might not be, 100%. But in the last film, this thing, we had human antagonists working with the Decepticons. Here we got human antagonists creating new Decepticons, which I've never seen again. It's just... What good can I say? I do like the action scenes. Michael Bay knows how to direct an action scene. And make it overdone, but he doesn't know how to direct it. And they are very well done. Explosions, the fight on the ship, the rescuing the Dinobots, and I already mentioned this in the last review, but that's another thing that keeps going on, is that every single movie in this film has to have some sort of revelation that Transformers have been here at some point in time before. By the 4th film, I think we get it. Alright? The Transformers have been on this earth long before the humans have ever been here. We get it. You don't need to keep showing us that the Transformers have been here before. The first film, back in the 1970s, Old Man Wiki found Megatron. The second one, oh, back when Aboriginals ruled the Earth, the Fallen and the Primes landed on Earth. The third one, oh, back in 1969, a spacecraft crashed on the moon containing the Primes and stuff. And in this one, back in the age of the dinosaurs, a ship crash landed on Earth, and we had Dino Transformers. And then the next one, back in the age of Merlin, which never actually happened because it's fiction. But anyway, there was a two-headed dragon transformer thingy, and the staff, and Merlin, and it gets repetitive. It gets over repetitive. Each and every movie, we have to have a revelation of a Transformers landing on Earth, or landing around Earth, or having interactions. Look, we get it. There have been Transformers here before. You don't need to keep doing this in every film. And to be honest, it continues in Bumblebee too, because, yeah. I mean, that's got continuity errors in it, and I'll talk about that. So, in that review. So, yes. Another thing I gotta ridicule in this film is that they make a big deal over the older boyfriend, younger girl. Now, the actress they have was actually 18, 19 years old when filming this. But they decided that her character was 16. Now, seeing as she could just be, or 17, whatever, they could just have her as a college-age student getting ready to go to college and have her already be 18 or 19 on her way home from college, or, she can't afford college, so she has to have a job or something. That would work better. But no, they specifically made her 17 years old, 16, 17, whatever, so they can have the joke of the overprotective father. And it doesn't work, man. It's too creepy. It's too weird. No. She should have been already 18. I'm just saying. I have a boyfriend that's her age. Look what they did with Sam and Michaela, and they were the same age, right? Just saying. Although technically Shia LaBeouf is older than Megan Fox, but still. Mark Wahlberg, for all the hate he gets for The Happening, he does a pretty good job in this film. Yes, there's the scene where he blatantly drinks a Bud Light. I don't know. But he is pretty good. There's a lot of stuff that pisses me off, but I'll tell you what. It's better than Revenge of the Fallen. That's for sure. It's more enjoyable to watch, although it does go on and on and on and on forever. Also, the female lead in this, which isn't much, is Madame de Pompadour from Doctor Who. Yes. Renette Poisson, I think was her name, was the character's name also, in Doctor Who. Renette Poisson, I don't know. But, yeah. And she's in this for a while. She's there when Joshua becomes an ally. And, yeah. It's like a soft reboot, because there's even other Transformers. There's one voiced by John Goodman. There's one voiced by Ken Watanabe. There's one voiced by John DiMaggio, who is doing a great Jason Statham impression, which would have been ironic if it was Jason Statham, seeing as his woman was in the previous film. But, yeah. It's fine. It's like a soft reboot. It's a new story, new characters, and it works. I still say we should have went back, kept that whole them working with the government thing. I know after Dark of the Moon, the Autobots are kind of persona non grata with the humans because I lied about the moon. But you could bring Lennox back. Bring in Epps. You can have Rachel Taylor come back. You can have John Voight. You can have, a spin-off with the government characters and do more focus. Characters we already established in the previous film. So we don't really have to do anything. We don't need to see their personal lives. Just working with them, As it stands, this movie is fine. It's nothing special. I mean, it's the fourth film in a franchise that won't die. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's fine. It's better than Revenge of the Fallen, but not better than the other two. It's fine. It's fine. 7 out of 10. So what are your thoughts on Transformers Age of Extinction? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one.